Okay, what we are going to show here right now is understanding there are many forms of letter counting. One is in the Chaldean system, in which A through E are all the same, and after that there's mixed up values, so it's hard to follow where your letters come in. Then there's Gematria. Okay, there's two kinds of Gematrias. There's a 1 through 7 following on the piano, where between A and G is a D letter, and then after that it becomes the K letter. Okay, and after that it becomes the R letter. So it becomes 4, 11, and 18, which is DKR, or 429. 29 is the birth. 94 is the birth in the clock, on the cross, in Uranus. Why? Because 49 is 7 times 7, the gateway. 94, half of it, since there's a gateway, you have to be going through half, which creates 94, 47, and 47 is that 94. 47 is the clock. Okay, it is the clock. TIME equals 47. Okay, clock 336. So now we have this one over here. So what I want to talk about is the reverse alphabet. When we reverse the alphabet, and what that means is we count from A till Z going 1 all the way to the letter 26. And then when we reverse it, A and Z are opposites. Now when we reduce this to what they call Pythagorean, okay, this is a single letter count where Z26 is 2 plus 6 equals to 8. That means the reverse of A is Z26, total of 27 or 9, or A and Z representing also A and H. A and H, or the 10th and the 8th letter, okay, if you want to call Jewish heaven, because that's what some of the letters do, they create other scenarios, okay. This will be the last, and this will be the first. This will be 8, and this will be 8. The thing is that when we get into the R letter, that's the 9th letter. R is 9, and also I is 9. It's the only reverse out of all these numbers. Now, when we reduce to Pythagorean, Z will become 8, on where it's 26. There's a difference of 18. All these letters are a difference of 18. Area 1, area 1, area 1, meaning counting 1 through 8. When you count 1 through 9, boom, there's a big difference because they're equal to each other. They're 99, and the word third comes into reflection. Breaking and entering, B and E, starts on the Q letter, okay? J all the way up through Q, and the reverse of Q is J, and the reverse of Q, so everything is between J and Q. Jack, Queen, Jack, Queen. This is the R for roi, for king. After that, the second one is the K for king. So we go Q, and then we go P, plus K equals to 27. All these additions will be 27. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, equals to 10, and 7, 17. The difference is that 7. That is your B and E, and your Q. This is a representation here in Quebec. All the waterways here in Quebec. I don't know why, but the province of Quebec says kiss my butt. Okay? It says kiss my butt. So do you understand what I'm getting to? All these reverse 2, 18 each one. This one is nothing. But when we start at Z and go to A, all these will reverse at 18. The only one that does not is the I and the R. The R will reverse only 9. And don't forget why I say this is because the I, 1 through 9, is under the 10 value, but the only one that does not reverse to a double digit. And that's the R, the I and the R. Between J and Q, they're reversible to a single digit. No matter which one you reverse, we'll only be using the center. So this will always be used as 1 and 1. If I choose any of these letters M, the only reverse is N. So when I reverse N as the 14th letter, 1 plus 4 equals to 5. That would be your E and your V letter. E and V equals 54, and that is through the sun. D and W is 45, and that is the foxhole in the sun. C and E equals to 3 and 6, and those are the moons, or the halfway house, of many scenarios of anything that has to do with half or doubling up. The reverse of that, C, okay, is now the F letter. F letter is now 6, and the U is the 4. Is that right? F6, U21, excuse me, the 3, it becomes 6 and 3 reverse. See, we have 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, and this will spell the word love. Pretty simple. We find the gateway between D and E, 5 and 4 inside the sun. If we're using the regular numerics, which means 1 through 26, or Pythagorean, 1 through 9, using all 9 numbers, okay, we will have the E, N, and the W as the halfway point. I'm just using this in the second section. If I work Chaldean, the middle of Chaldean of 8 numbers will be D and E. If I use Gematria, the middle will be D. Because here's an even number of 8, I need to use 2 of them to create a 0 around it to have 2 sides. This one, I'll create a circle around it using D in the center, okay, and it'll be C, D, and E. That will come up, and this will be your circle of your 3. This is your A, B, C inside Gematria, because we need 3 of them here. A and B come together is 3. C, D, E come together, okay, as 3, 4, and 5 equals to 15 equals to 6. And then F comes out over here. FG equals to 13 equals to 4. So the reverse is your 3 and 4, your DC world inside your split, C, D, and E, right? The B is over here 2. The F is over here 6. This represents the queen is now at the door of Gematria. I'm not even sure if you can follow me with all that I'm bringing out here. So remember, the Q is your gateway. If your Q is your gateway and your last and your beginning reverse in the 10 world, your Q, okay, comes under fire inside of the house of Z. 1 and 7 equals 8, 2 and 6 equals 8. Remember, nothing actually starts, okay, until 2 and 6 because 1 and 7 does not happen in the dice. Okay, the difference is the 6, and that's what fills the gap. Remember, Cro-Magnon, Homo sapien, all these. Remember, there's a time lapse, and inside that time lapse, there's forgetfulness. Remember forgetfulness, right? It's just like I went into the bank today, and I looked around and I said, in the last 20 years, what happened? The banks went, first they give you lots of service at the banks, then they hardly give you any service at the banks. Now there's full service banks where they're selling you all kinds of stuff, and it's a big business, the banks. The kids that we have did not see these banks the way they used to be because they were growing up until the age of 18. They were all blanked out. So when we say we're missing genes for Neanderthal, if we're missing genes for Cro-Magnon, if we're missing something for Homo sapien to link all these three together, it's because of the lapse of time and the automatic change the system has entered. Now, I know I went through this in 8 minutes, but I need to finish off because there's another count. In all that I just did, there's going to be another video coming up with these numbers over here, and it comes from Sheena Livingston, a video she did a couple of years ago on these codes, A, B, C, F, G, H, I, and where the I letter we just spoke about in this corner. And in this corner, in the 9th position, is the only one that is not relevant in the rest of the alphabet. Remember, when you do the alphabet ends here in the center on H. Okay, you reduce a reverse alphabet. Okay, the reverse alphabet ends over here on A. Because we cannot start an I. Do you know why? Because the Pythagorean, remember, here's the reverse alphabet. You start Z over here. Okay, but if we do the reverse alphabet starting Z over here, Z